the youtube.com/I live like a rock star. We got a great show for you today. Today is day number 6 of our mental training program. Let me first start out by saying that your intentions are a very important source of what you create in your life. For example, you could be the kind of person that pursues the degree, say some kind of master's degree, a science degree, an arts degree, a psychology degree, a sociology, a law degree, whatever. When you put yourself in a constant mind frame, going to class every day, hooking up with other students, sharing your knowledge and studying for tests together, going to teachers, hanging out with your teaching assistants, listening to what the teacher says, you're putting yourself in an educational mindset. Similarly, you watching this show right now, you're putting yourself in an educational mindset. So here's what happens in life. Whatever mindsets you put yourself in life, like for example, if you're the kind of person that likes to go out and seek this stuff out. Because if you're just watching this for 2 minutes right now, and you're going to turn it off in 30 seconds, you're not putting yourself in a mindset of learning. The opposite of learning is degeneration and degradation of your emotional state, of your mental state, of your health. It may not happen anytime soon, especially if you're young, but it's going on, and you're taking years off your life without even knowing it, and taking happiness out of yourself. But if you're the type of person that seeks out stuff like this, maybe not even just watching me, seeks out their own education academically, seeks out their own education in life, seeks to take moments out to think about what's going on in the world, in their life, what's important to you, then you're the kind of person that's going to reap the benefits of that. And then what happens is, you put in yourself in the mindset of education, thinking critically, expanding yourself, your activities and your comfort zone. You, in turn, get growth results back. So you get better marks. You get more joy out of learning because you don't get to feel the joy, because there's joy in learning. There's joy in expanding. There's joy in lifting more weight at the gym. There's joy in expanding in whatever way that you need to do. But you're missing out on that. And if you think joy is only found with your friends, if it's only found in your family, if it's only found in doing all the stuff that other people want you to do, you're going to miss out on the joy of learning and expanding and growing yourself. And the way that you do that is different for every person. Like Joey might be working his way up in the business field, learning all the different insiders techniques of the corporate ladder and corporate culture. Each different company he goes to has a different culture, so he learns to accommodate the culture and figure out how to work his way into all those different places, right? Tina could be in doing her working at hospitals, managing whole groups of doctors and nurses and stuff, and she has to know how to communicate to the doctor, because the doctor is going to be different to communicate than to the nurse. So these are 2 examples. I don't know you. I don't know what your area of expertise is. I don't know if you don't even care about that. If you don't care about this stuff, learning and finding your areas of expertise, then just turn this off right now, because you're not the type of person that even needs to be watching this. Just go and eat a cheeseburger and smoke a pack of cigarettes or something. But if you are the type of person that cares, that's an indication. I'm just telling you, okay, since you care, let's take this leverage of you caring about what you're doing and what you expand and what you experience in life, and figure out creative ways to make it better. If you've been watching up to this point, you're already that kind of person. Next, I would like to state that in the beginning, it's the state you put yourself in, the things you do. Okay, watching this show, you're putting yourself in a mental state. Other things you may do, you put yourself in a state of education, which is what we're talking about. And then the second thing is, it's the words you use. So I was talking to a buddy of mine. I was talking to him about self-improvement concepts, and he was saying to me that, oh man, I don't want to improve, because what if I improve so much that I get more than other people have and know more than other people do? And is that going to make other people jealous of me? If I make more money, is that going to make other people jealous of me? If I fulfill myself in my relationships, is that going to make other people jealous of me? Am I going to lose friendships? Appreciation of other people because of that? My buddy was actually telling me this. And I was trying to say to him, those words that you're using, it's not so much the words exactly that you use, but it's the feeling behind the words. So what I was doing, because he was talking a lot, and I was like, I feel the message behind your words. You're talking, but what's really coming out is you're scared. What's on the other side of the unknown when you start looking into different types of knowledge that might seem scary? Because there's power there. Because we all know that when you learn to break yourself out of your comfort zone, you might experience scary things, but you also might experience power. Because power in itself is scary because it means that you're different. A little bit more different than other people, because most people feel devoid of power. So it's the word that you use, but not so much the word that you use, it's the emotion first. The word is just the added oomph onto it. For example, I do these shows. I stated in one of my first episodes, like before we started this 30-day program, that saying these words, communicating these messages with emotion to you guys, it increases my self-esteem. And then something happens when your self-esteem increases that makes everybody else somehow like you more, makes you get more ideas, makes you get more creative ideas, make you get more stuff that you need. It's really amazing. Stuff starts showing up in your life. Last thing I would like to talk about is your actions. So this, like I said previously, this whole 30-day process and me getting my buddy Dan Nisker, the personal trainer, on board was just a product of me taking action on the ideas. Like in the first episode, I said take a book, a little notebook, and write down every time you get a creative idea. And I wrote this down. I should start a 30-day program. And I'm starting it right now. Well, what has come out of it in the actions? Well, I've seen my buddy Dan. I've seen all the different personal training moves he uses. I've seen how he breathes when he does his exercises. And then when I go to the gym, I consciously breathe more in those exercises. Now, breathing is important in exercise, is it not? Would I have learned that without taking the action? No, I would have not. Also, when stuff happens during my days that gives me a weird kind of feeling, like in my interactions with people, like in my interaction with my buddy, I felt like he was not on the right path. He was a very gifted kid, with lots of gifts and lots of special talents, very smart, very intelligent, and very creative. But somehow he couldn't learn to, instead of holding fear in his heart, hold something like growth or progress or opportunity or love or something like that that would increase him and get him on a better path. So when I see things like that, they irk me. I'm so sensitive that stuff like that throws me off a little bit. But the thing is, I take an action about it. I take it, and I'm talking about it in my show right now. I'm applying the principle of action, applying the action into my show, applying the words, speaking into it, doubling the power. So those are 3 things that you can use. Your intentions, your words, and your actions. Use those 3 principles to their utmost. And that's the principle of day 6. Take a piece of paper for your exercise. I want you to write down one simple goal. One simple goal in whatever area you might want to do. And here's some guidelines. If it just came to you right now, if something popped up in your head that said, oh, I always wanted to do that, boom. Write that down and do that goal. But if you still need to think about it, and that's actually the best way to do it. When the instinct pops up, that's actually the best way to do it. That creates the most momentum, mental forward movement when you do it that way. But if it didn't come to you directly, try to think for a little bit. Ask yourself, write down this question. What, if I could do in a month, would I like to improve? That's your intention. Okay? And then make yourself another statement. Remember yesterday we got you to write down 10 new beliefs that you wanted to do, that you wanted to say about yourself. I forget where that was, yesterday or the previous day, but but 10 new beliefs. So once you figure out what your goal is, and sometimes we get so caught up in certain goals, like following a certain path, like we get so caught up in getting good marks that we actually get bad marks because we overthink it. You can apply that to a lot of different things, but you can make your goal in some other area than whatever area you might be. If you're the kind of person in your life that you're in a little bit of a rut right now and something that you're going for, make your goal in a different thing that you wanted to improve. And follow that for a month. Watch that take your mind off of the other thing that you're stressing about and watch you improve in all areas. And that would be a good exercise for you. And the next step is take the goal that you have. Once you figure it out, write down a statement of it. Write down 5 sentences about how it feels for you to get this goal. Oh man, I have an A on my test. It feels amazing. Like I feel like all my good work I put in is finally paying off. I feel like the joy of seeing all the learning that's gone into me and the measurable result of finding the A on the test. Oh wow, I feel like if I got an A here, I could get an A in all my other subjects, and it just feels like everything that I try to do in my life is so limitless now. Right? Write down a little thing like that. Put that right after those 10 beliefs that you wrote already, and look at that every day and feel it. Use that 3-minute feeling exercise we learned on day 1, and do that concentration exercise for 3 minutes on that little paragraph right before you go to bed every night for the remainder of these 30 days, and watch what happens to you. Thanks so much.